stuff like that. Yeah.
Started. Everyone's on. Should we wait for Tom? Welcome to the Planning Commission meeting. It is Thursday, July 17th, 2025. We're going to start with our call to order of prayer. Member sessions will be giving the prayer tonight, and then we will move into the Pledge of Allegiance.
Our Father in heaven, we come before thee this evening with gratitude in our hearts for the many blessings we have and for the opportunity we have to serve on the Planning Commission. We're grateful for the freedoms that we enjoy and for the bounties of life that we have received. At this time, we ask for a special blessing that we might receive the moisture that we are so in need of, that we may have sufficient for our crops and to sustain us. We are grateful for the peace and safety that we have in this beautiful valley and for the good people that live here. At this time, we ask thy blessing upon us, that our minds might be clear, that we may have an understanding of the responsibility we have as we process the application tonight. And we say these things in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do I have a motion for the approval of the agenda for tonight?
So moved.
Motion by Member Sessions,
Second.
second by Member McMillan. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Any declaration of conflicts of interest? Seeing none, we have a public hearing tonight that will have its own public comment. If you're here to speak about anything else that is not our legislative item regarding the ranch rezone, please come forward now if you have any public comments to give. If you're here for the ranch rezone, we'll have its own public hearing at that time. And please, for the record, state your name.
Good evening, Chair and Commissioners. My name is Kent Singleton. I'm a Vietnam veteran and a property owner here in Morgan County. I spoke to you on March the 27th. I'm here tonight to put on the record that this commission has ignored both of my formal written appeals in asking to be placed on your agenda, that my fence application is stayed while waiting your decision per administrative procedures. Your silence is not due process. Ignoring appeals is not acceptable government behavior. I also want to remind you that the result of mediation last September 2024 was that Morgan County agreed to give me a letter of apology. That apology never came, and we are here again. Instead, you are simply stalling my fence permit while allowing daily trespasses on my property by commercial outfitters that the county itself licenses. Under Utah State Code 78B-6, 1101, those trespasses are your responsibility, punishable at up to $250 per day per violation per trespasser, plus actual damages, court costs, and attorney's fees. This refusal to even hear my appeal is especially troubling given the content. I'm not only asking to install the FEMA required temporary T-post so that I can post no trespassing signs. Meanwhile, the county is actively pursuing eminent domain against me, a deadly combination while blocking me from defending my land. All the while, the county profits by selling business licenses to commercial outfitters who use my property every day without my permission or compensation. Yet you threaten me if I try to fence it. It always comes down to the money, right? Each of nearly a dozen outfitters can make up to like $10,000 a day, like on the 4th of July, celebrating our nation's independence. God bless America, and I have all of the liability. But I am not here just to complain. I want to offer a solution. I am a member of the Citizens Portal, a platform that records meetings like this, makes them researchable worldwide, and notifies citizens when terms like FEMA fence permits, trespass, eminent domain, and navigable waters are used. Citizen Portal will ensure this meeting is available publicly forever so that your decisions, your silence, and your votes are transparent for everyone to see. I invite you to try, for you all to try Citizen Portal tonight. There's even a lifetime membership available at the old annual price. Scan my QR code and see what really transparency looks like. Thank you for your time. Semper Fi.
My name is Jeffrey Glum. I'm a former nationally certified code enforcement officer and a member of Who's Who for my profession, working 21 years for the city of Ogden and now retired. I stand before you to share that from John F. Kennedy quote, "The rights of every man are diminished when the rights of one man are threatened." And from Martin Luther King quote, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." Why would I share these quotes, you may ask? There was an oath taken by the members of this body to quote, "I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this state, and that I will discharge my duties, the duties of my office with fidelity." Several requests to be placed on the agenda have been denied. We did attend the meeting of March 27th. Kent did share some information, being allowed 3 minutes, with another request and clarification related to a permit application submitted in December of 2024. After the open session on March 27th, this body continued to meet. This discussion disclosed some serious allegations. These allegations alone mandate hearing both sides to meet your fidelity oath. The mere suggestion by staff to not respond to us violates their oath and yours. I would refer you to the recording of that meeting for clarification. May I ask how much time devoted is too much if your freedoms are being violated, especially when governments do not keep negotiated promises and you feel you are following instructions and have possibly been slandered by your officials? We feel we have met all the requirements. However, now supposedly a no-rise document is now required. We dispute the need for this document. Basically, 4 documents are required as noted on the application, with a further statement that there may be others. Is there no end in sight? We are also being told that a review is not going to be done until all documents are submitted. We are also experiencing issues with the submission system. Supposedly each time we submitted something related to the December application, it generated more incomplete applications, thus resulting in only one of the required documents supposedly being received, thus our right to alternative methods for submission. We have a right for redress and to have specifics documented. These breaches are the very essence of my comments here. These inactions and application discrepancies violate the rights of all, including yourselves. And is the very essence of my position this evening. It appears obvious to me that there is more to this case than meets the eye. To be limited to 2 3-minute statements is a direct violation of due process. Please think about the Constitution declaring the right to be heard. We are still making a request. If this body feels we do not have that right, then we also have a right to know in writing. Why not? Inaction is a breach of the very public trust you each swore to uphold, thus demonstrating complete hypocrisy. Government is here to serve, not abuse. Thank you for your attention.
Seeing no additional public comments, we'll move into our legislative agenda item tonight on the ranch rezone.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and good evening to the Planning Commission. The legislative agenda is the ranch rezone application 25.020. The applicant being in the audience tonight, Madam Chair. The location for this project is 2272 West Chris Lane in the Rindlesbox subdivision in Middleton, Stoddard, and is also identified by the parcel number and serial number in your staff report tonight. The current zoning is A20 agriculture, and the general plan designation shows a split on the southwestern portion of the property being ranch residential 5, with the remainder being agriculture. The affected acreage for this request would be the entirety of the lot, 51.94 acres. And the request is to rezone property from A20 to rural residential 5 acre minimum, and reflect that change on the future land use map from a split designation of agriculture and ranch residential 5 to ranch residential 5 completely. Staff, having received the complete application and having done a review, finds that this meets the requirements for accomplishing a rezone. The staff report tonight containing both a legal briefing from the Office of the County Attorney, and should the Commission find merit in this rezone, suggestions for findings that could be considered. I'll read those. First, that the proposed amendment is consistent with the county's future land use goals and objectives, and aligns with the future land use map, which designates a significant portion of the property as ranch residential 5. 2, that the proposed amendment is in harmony with the existing land uses in the area. 3, that the rezone will not adversely impact the adjacent properties, many of which are smaller than 20 acres in size. And 4, that the property amendment is consistent with the surrounding property sizes and zoning. With that, Josh and I are available to answer your questions tonight. Thank you, Madam Chair.
I've got one question. Is it 51.94 acres or the 21 point?
Yeah.
You know, that probably is an error in the staff report.
Yeah, in our packet, it says the parcel is 21.64.
Yeah, I'm checking it right now
Okay.
and just double checking. I'm fairly certain it's the 21.
That's what the plot shows, but
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Tucker, where did you
Yeah.
land stretcher at?
I think that just didn't get changed and I missed it. I apologize.
Another question I had is access. Is there an easement? Just looking at maybe you can show me. I was actually telling Garrett I was struggling with GIS maps this week, so this could be a me issue.
So access isn't really something that we technically worry about during the rezoning. If they were to get the rezone and subdivide in the future, they would have to provide that access. The applicants don't technically have to answer that question, but I'm fairly certain they could if they so desire.
Yeah, so at the legislative stage, it's just the application coming forward. They'll still have to meet all the requirements of the subdivision code when they get to that next stage. And if they can't meet that, then they can't build. And just for the applicant, you know, when they come up and they're answering questions, they don't have to answer those types of questions, but it may benefit their application to give those answers, because then it gives this body more to impact their decision. But they're not legally required to answer a question like that.
I will add, one of the things that was not mentioned during the staff report presented is that there is already RR5 in the region that abuts this. This property right here was rezoned to RR5. This is currently rezoned already to RR5. And then the future land use map does show that it was anticipated that half the property at least would be RR5.
Josh, looking at that map, when you clicked on that, where are you seeing on that that's RR5? Because I was struggling. Even when I did view more parcel information, it just showed like no back taxes owed. I wasn't able to find where it actually delineates that on our zoning map.
It's the color.
Yeah, you can click the little arrow and it should pop up as well.
There you go. Thank you. Okay,
Yep.
so that's an update.
And it highlights the entire area that's RR5.
I was more asking, just making sure that I was looking at the map correctly from an access standpoint. Because, anyway, thank you.
This is a lot of a subdivision. It does have access. He may have to upgrade the access, but it currently does have access when it was subdivided.
That's correct. The current lot gains access through an access easement, which is allowed for 820. But during the subdivision process, they would have to provide access that provides frontage, the required frontage for an RR5 lot, which is 250 feet.
Where the access, how are you going to create it? Is it going to come off the front lawn? Is that what you're saying?
If the rezone is approved, the only way I can see them providing frontage for 2 new lots would be to put in a street.
The current access from is A20, you know, it's not, it doesn't meet the code for the RR5, so that's why they have to do something different.
I'm not saying the applicants wouldn't be willing to answer that question. I'm just saying we technically can't ask it.
So we can't ask if they have an access easement currently on the property?
They do have one.
No, I understand that. That was my question.
No, because it's not relevant to the thing.
rezone to the application.
It's a legal divided lot right now. They can put it in. Access would have been handled during the time of the last subdivision. And so whether they rezone it or not, the access is not relevant right now.
Do I have a motion to move into a public hearing? Motion by Member Wilson. Second by Member Sessions. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous. We are now in public hearing. If you have any comments to make regarding this item, please come forward and state your name for the record. Seeing no comments, do I have a motion to close and go out of public hearing?
So moved.
Motion by Member Sessions, by Member Wilson.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, motion carries unanimous. We are now out of public hearing. Any questions for the applicant?
It's in adherence with the area plan. Everything north of Stoddard Lane goes to RR5.
Technically, the applicants have a right to speak if they so choose as well.
Do you want to?
Just point of order.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
My name is Steve Wynn, and I am the brother-in-law to Tucker Hansen, for better or for worse. And so our access right now, our easement, comes up there for one lot. This is my mother-in-law's house. This is my mother-in-law's house, Tucker's mom and dad. And they have a lane that comes down here right now. And our plan currently is to create a private lane that would come up into here, split out so that we can make the frontage for the 2 lots that we're planning on doing. So that would be our access. And from my understanding, a private lane can have up to 4 homes on it. And so that would be Kirby and Cindy, and then R2 would fit that model. Any questions?
That's super helpful. Thank you.
He just said, yeah. I believe he said he has a private lane.
There's a current lane to the house back there now.
Yeah.
I think he explained they'd have to extend it further, but
Any more discussion?
So I'll just make this comment. These are 5-acre lots. I would probably be for
It's in line with future land use. Yeah.
Like Member McMillan said, Stoddard Lane and Morgan Valley Drive, the intersection, kind of the center of the village, if you can call it a
Yeah,
village there.
The town center,
It's right.
or village center is Milton Park.
Yeah,
So heading south from there, the current area plan states 1 acre lots, but from Stoddard Lane north currently says 5 acre lots. And I think that also meets the future land use map as well. So.
You want to make one?
Madam Chair, I move is that
That's correct.
I'll start over. Madam Chair, I move we forward a positive recommendation to the County Commission for the Ranch Rezone application number 25.020, changing 21.64 acres from agricultural A20 to rural residential 5, and reflect the change on the future land use map from split designation of agriculture and ranch residential 5 to ranch residential 5 completely, based on the findings listed in the staff report dated July 17th, 2025.
I have a motion from Member Wilson. Do you have a second?
I'll second it.
Second from Member Sessions. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from our June 26, 2025 Planning Commission meeting?
So moved.
Motion by member McMillan,
I'll second it.
second by member Sessions. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous. There's no business or staff questions on here.
It is, it's right under the public hearing. I saw that.
Oh, it got,
Oh,
small
do we have any business? Do you want to?
I just wanted to say thank you for your quick responses to the email, to get Craig Call here to go over some of the required training. I was mentioning before the meeting, I think it would be great to just have him come one more time. And so all the required training for the Planning Commission can be done here, so you don't have to go to another conference somewhere. Not that you can't go to conferences as well, but it's kind of exciting to have Craig come, because then we're not hearing about a lot of things that don't apply to our county, and he can give us, you know, more specific direction. I would encourage everyone to, you know, make lists of questions so that even if he can't answer it all at this upcoming training, that we could use those questions to shape the last training of the year if we can get him to come back one more time. And he's offered to do it at no charge to the county, which is amazing. He's got incredible expertise. I think he does a really good balance of understanding the law, understanding you know, residents' concerns, because he was the first ombudsman, property rights ombudsman for the state. And so I think he can explain it in a really good way that doesn't just benefit our bodies, but any of our residents that are listening. So I'm really excited, and I hope, you know, I hope that everyone will be there. So thank you so much for responding to the emails. I've still got a couple more that I'll follow up with, but it looks like that will probably start at 5. I know that there were some that said, you know, if we could do 5:30, but most everyone says either works or they'd prefer it at 5. So on the 14th, yeah. So that's 4 weeks away, I think. Yeah.
Do you want to address any public comments or?
So, under state statute, it's not on the agenda. That, I guess that could be subject to you as the chair for the Open Meetings Act. If it's not on the agenda, then we don't necessarily discuss it. If we do discuss it, no decisions can be made. I was going to suggest maybe I could write an email and send different emails and communications that have been had with the ombudsman to correct some of the statements that were made, and just, you know, make it, I guess, show the other side of where we're at as a county and the things that we're waiting on. So I could try to address that now, but I think it would probably be easier in an email that could show some of the emails with the commenters to show what they're aware of. And
That'd be super helpful, probably. just
yeah,
so we
I
can
think
get
that'd be
even.
easier, because then, once again, I'm not just speaking, I can just show you the email chain as well.
Be awesome. Cool. Thank you.
So I will do that. I'll compile that, just because I think it is helpful for the body to see some of the things that have been going on for the 4 years I've been here, at least.
And I think my only thoughts, we've been also included on some recent emails, so I think it would just be
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah, you've received all of my responses because he's included you, so I've responded to all. I haven't edited that out.
And that's been helpful.
Yep.
So, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and so but I've also received emails and written emails and been involved in different emails that I think would be helpful for you to see other state agencies that have been involved as well. So, yeah,
Thank you.
I'll do that.
Any additional business, staff questions, discussion? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Member Sessions,
Second.
second. Member McMillan, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Meeting is